Okay, so this is a video for tonight's homework. Tonight's homework is S80 and S81, numbers 1 through 4. We're dealing with volume. It's Module 5, Lesson 10. So lesson summary, there's some important stuff here. The formula to find the volume, V, of a right circular cylinder is V equals pi r squared times h equals base times h, where B is the area of the base. So basically what we need to know about that is, what it's trying to tell us is to find the base, which is the bottom portion, like this portion right here, or the top portion, because we know it's equal on the top or the bottom. The formula to find the base area is pi r squared. Okay, pi r squared. And then if we multiply that by the height, see that's pi r squared right there, times the height, we get our volume. So base times height, because again, this is our base of our area, the area of our base. Okay, so let's look at number 1. Use the diagram to help you find the volume of the right circular cylinder. So this one's pretty easy. When we're dealing with cylinders, it already gave us the formula up at the top. I'm going to leave it right there so you can see that formula, and actually let me focus, see if I can get it to stop getting blurry. There we go. I think I figured that out. Anyways, so to find the volume of the right circular cylinder, so it just told us that the formula right here of a right circular cylinder is pi r squared times h. So the first thing I'm going to do is rewrite my formula. Okay, and then I'm going to start plugging in the values that I know. Our radius, remember radius is half of the diameter. The diameter is all the way across. The radius is half. So we have the half right here. It's 1 foot. The diameter would be 2 feet. So I'm going to rewrite it like this. Pi 1 squared times the height. And then I actually know my height is 1. So then I end up with V equals pi. 1 times 1 is just 1. And then times 1, which is my height. Okay. Well, 1 times 1 is 1. So I actually end up with V equals pi, which is an interesting one. So the volume of the right circular cylinder is pi to the foot, we know it's foot, cubed. So I'm going to write a sentence here. The volume of the cylinder is pi foot to the third. And that part matters. Pi foot to the third. Sorry, I'm kind of crooked today, so my handwriting is a little off. Apologies. Okay, so number 2, this is where it starts getting a little tricky. Because remember, we know that it takes 3 of these cones to fill up a cylinder of the same size. So it says, use the diagram to help you find the volume of the right circular cone. It takes 3 of these cones to fill up a cylinder. So if I look at this, I need to find the base. And remember how I said it takes 3 of these to fill up 1? So we always add that 1/3. Anytime you're working with a cone, you're going to add that 1/3. Pi r squared times h. So it's the same formula we were using before. We're just adding that 1/3 because 3 of these equal 1 of those. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so now I'm just plugging in values. V equals 1/3 pi. R is our radius, which is here, 2.8 centimeters. 2.8 squared times the height, which is 4.3. Okay, so if you grab a calculator, you do 2.8 times 2.8, because that's what squared means, times 4.3. You actually end up, and then divide by 1/3, you end up with V equals 11.237333. And if you look at your calculator, that 3 repeats. It goes 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So to represent repeating, you just go like this. So the volume, your sentence would be the volume of the right circular cone is about 11.2 pi centimeters squared. I'm sorry, centimeters cubed. Cubed. We're talking about the cubic volume. Volume is always cubed. So number 3, use the diagram to help you find the volume of the right circular cylinder. So this one tries to trick us. It gives us our whole diameter, but we know that our formula is the radius. So the radius is halfway. So if we know it's 12, halfway would be 6. Our radius is 6 millimeters. So we're working with a cylinder, so we don't need to do our 1/3 thing. We're just plugging in to V equals pi r squared times the height to find our volume. Plug in our values. Pi 6 squared times 17. I got that 17 right here because it's height. Height, 17. And when I solve that, I get V equals 612 pi. So the volume of the right circular cylinder is 612 pi millimeters cubed. Millimeters cubed. Okay, number 4, the last problem for homework. Use the diagram to help you find the volume of the right circular cone. Okay, so when we're looking at this cone, again, we know that 3 cones fill up 1 cylinder. We know the formula for cylinders for the volume. It's volume equals pi r squared times h. But I have to write it like this. This 1/3 right here, because it's 1/3 of this. Okay, so 3 of these would equal 1 of these. It's 1/3 pi r squared times h. Okay, and again, it's trying to trick us. It gave us the diameter, but we know we need to find the radius. So V equals 1/3 pi. Half of 14 is 7. 7 squared times my height, which is 18.2 inches. Okay, 7 squared is 49 times the 18.2. You end up with V equals 297.2666. I hate these repeating decimals or repeating numbers, but you just add those little decimals. Don't forget your pi. So the volume of the right cone is about 297.3 pi inches cubed. Okay? For these 3, you need to write that complete sentence. Okay, and that's it. We're done with our homework for the night. Oh, let me squeeze it over so you can see that. I'll give you just a minute to get that copied down as it falls off.